Good morning, class. Let us continue with the story of the long-nosed one. Up till now, we saw that different political parties, they wanted him to join their party as such, but he was not interested in joining any kind of political party. Now, so let's see what all these fraudulent people do. Members of the last paragraph we saw, by that time one of the political parties had come out with a slogan, our party is the long-nosed one's party, the long-nosed one's party is the people's party. So they were kind of confusing people and making it sound as if the long-nosed one has joined their party. Now members of other parties were incensed, angered by this. They got at one of the secretaries and made her issue a scathing statement against the long-nosed one. The long-nosed one has deceived the people, meaning to say he has cheated the people. He has been cheating them all this while. He has made me a partner in this fraud. Fraud is the cheating that has been going on. Let me declare the truth to the public. The long nose is made of rubber. So a woman who was supposed to be in love with the long-nosed one, now she too has been swayed by all these the other people belonging to this political party. They must have promised her something or the other, and she also goes out and she gives false statements to the newspaper. Wow, all the newspapers splash the news on their front pages. The nose of the long-nosed one is made of rubber. Would the people keep quiet at this? Would they not react in anger? Cables, telephone calls, letters from all parts of the world. So what are all these? People asking whether it was the truth, if the long nose or the nose was made of rubber. The president was allowed no peace or quiet. Destruction to the rubber nose of the long-nosed one. Down with the long-nosed party. Long live revolution. Now, without finding the facts of the matter of the issue, again people have come up in arms. So all through this paragraph also we see how fraudulent people can be, how false people can be, how they make up, for each and everything they want to create an issue out of nothing. When the anti-long-nose party put out this statement, the opposing party made the other secretary issue a counter statement. So the other secretary was also roped in. Maybe of her own goodwill or whatever it was, maybe she wanted to let the whole world know that whatever was said earlier was not the truth. May dear beloved countrymen citizens, what she has said is a lie. Who's saying this? The other secretary. She was trying to keep for herself the wealth and good name of Comrade Longnose. Now children, this word comrade has come up in the chapter before also. Comrade over here means people who are fighting along with you or working along with you, especially in military or some political parties, especially when we talk about left-wing communist parties, their co-workers are called comrade. In short, it can be a brother also, not the real brother. One of her brothers is in the opposite party. Let me reveal the true colors of the members of the other party. Let me tell you the truth about what the other party is like. I am the faithful secretary of the Comrade Longnose. I know for a fact that the nose of the comrade is not made of rubber. It is as real as my own heart beating inside me. So she goes ahead and makes a very touching statement. Long live the members of the party supporting Comrade Longnose. Long live revolution. So I don't know. See, again the satire is in everything revolution is coming up. And it is not something where one should be talking about revolution. It is simply we are talking about one poor chap who by perk of fate started growing a long nose. What was to be done? There was confusion in the minds of the people. The leaders of the party against the long-nosed one began finding fault with the president and the government. So again the president and the government is being pulled. Stupid government. They gave the title of chief among the long-nosed ones to the deceiver of the people. Now See, children, did he, the long-nosed one, did he himself go and deceive the people? No. He was just pulled into something or the other unnecessarily. It is the people, the so-called upholders of justice. They gave him a gold medal. The president is also party to this fraud. This cheating. There is betrayal of national interest in all this. See? So the people have gone ahead and talked about betrayal of national interest. What has national interest got to do with it? They were only feeling silly because they too had invested money in going and seeing the long-nosed one. The president must resign, the ministry must resign, the rubber-nosed one must be kicked. The president reacted angrily. One morning, the army and the tanks surrounded the house of the poor long-nosed one. He was arrested and taken away. See the irony of the situation? One simple person who maybe did not even have a lathi at home, an army and the tanks are being sent just to arrest him. There was no news of the long-nosed one for some time. The people forgot about his existence, that he even lived. Then came fresh news with the impact of a nuclear bomb. The impact was just like that of a nuclear bomb. Do you know what happened? Just when the people had forgotten everything, came a brief announcement from the president. The trial of the chief of the long-nosed ones will take place on March 9th. Expert doctors who come as representatives of 48 countries will examine him. All the newspapers of the world will be represented, meaning the entire world press will be there. The proceedings will be filmed. People must keep calm. But will they? No. People are people. They could not keep calm. They came in large numbers into the metropolis. They invaded the hotels. They burned public conveyances. They set fire to police stations. They destroyed government buildings. In all, they were a mob. March 9, 11 a.m. The square in front of the presidential palace was a vast sea of humanity, meaning a mob had collected over there just to find out what was going on. The loudspeakers blared forth, shouted forth. People must be disciplined. The examination has begun. Examination of what? The nose of the long-nosed one. The doctors surrounded the long-nosed one in the presence of the president and cabinet ministers. One doctor blocked the nostrils of the long-nosed one. He immediately opened his mouth wide. Why? Because he needed to breathe. If the nose was closed, then he'll breathe through the mouth. Another doctor took a needle and punctured the tip of his nose. To his amazement, a drop of blood appeared at the tip of the nose. And this proved what? This proved that the nose was not made of rubber. It was all flesh and bones. The doctors gave their unanimous verdict. The nose is genuine. All doctors were in agreement that the nose is genuine. The nose is real. One of the female secretaries kissed the long-nosed one on the tip of the nose. So everybody wanted a piece of the pie or the cake over here. Now that he has been, it has been ruled out that is the nose of the long-nosed one is not a rubber nose. Long live Comrade Long-Nosed. Long live the chief of the long-nosed ones. Long live the Progressive People's Party of the long-nosed ones. So all kind of nonsense slogans were being shouted by the mob. As this shouting and revelry ended, the president thought of another gimmick. So he was up to he came up with some other stunt. He nominated the long-nosed one as a member of parliament. That was the end of it all. But the parties of which the long-nosed one was not a member formed a united front and began to say the ministry must resign. Look at the way falsehood was being perpetuated. It was being continued. Would there not be confusion of thought? What would the poor intellectuals do? So, all in all, the entire story becomes tedious at times, becomes too boring at times. I feel that of all the works of Vaikom Muhammad Bashir, this one which I read for the first time is not as interesting as the other ones because The same thing is being repeated once again. Had he not been too verbose about certain things, and maybe the story had been a little bit short, it would have made for an interesting read. But then again, who are we to question? So this was just a satire on the so-called upholders of justice and people who have nothing better to do other than to come up with petty issues and make them into issues of national importance, which is just full of nonsense. So children, the question answers and the reference to context has already been uploaded on the EK app. Please make sure that you do all the question answers and do learn the word meanings which are given over here. Do read the chapter once or twice again and see anything which you cannot understand. Please mark it and note it down, and we will discuss it when the school reopens. Thank you.